Can Perplexity AI help you plan the ideal shopping experience while you're traveling? Well, that's what we wanted to know. B and R here from Jane Sees the World. Come along as we share with you what it was like to use this tool to help us on a recent trip to Canada. All right, R, let's talk a little bit about our ideal shopping experience when we are traveling.
We did just get back from Chile, and when we were walking down a street in San Pedro de Atacama, there's a sandwich board on the street, and the note on it said, "We are a group of women. We are locals. We are fair trade, and we are local, like artisan handicraft things." So that sign just spoke my language and we made our way in. So I think that's what we look for. A lot of those things. We like new stuff, interesting stores that are unique to that location.
And we're willing to pay for it, I would say. Like we're willing to spend more on a souvenir that we know is local, homemade, handmade, versus something that's been mass produced that, is a bargain.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we used Perplexity here to start that search to find those places. I will say the old way of trying to find those places is cumbersome. So it can be really, really difficult to find those boutique-y, handmade sort of places. And so I thought, well, let's see what AI can do for us. So let's dig into this tool just a bit more. I signed in using my Gmail account. I believe you can search without setting up an account, but it probably won't save your searches. There's also a pro account that I know nothing about. They have an app, which I really like for on-the-go searches. The sources are front and center after you put in your prompt, so that makes it easy to check and make sure they're open and accurate. It's also easy to copy. There is a map function, but it only shows one location at a time, and it would be really nice to see the results all at once. I had to manually plug them into my maps. Overall, though, it did provide a really great start and got us going much faster than the old way. And the really nice thing about Perplexity too, one of my favorite parts is after you put a prompt in there, it says it gives additional prompts. And I usually read those additional prompts and I go, oh, that was a better prompt than mine. Like, did we find that shopping experience in Canada?
Yeah, I think so. Perplexity helped us out, and we did go to what, 3 or 4 of the stores that they recommended, and I think we had a nice time.
The one thing we did learn though is that my searches were way too broad. So I kind of did like, show me this type of store for this whole area. And sure, it gave 10 stores according to that, but of course they were spread out over the whole province versus if we had said this town or this area. Were there any stores we didn't like that much? So we were directed to go to and we didn't find it that it hit the mark.
I can't think of any. Can you think of some that
I can think of one. It had a weird vibe and a lot of pottery, and I just don't think it hit the mark. But I don't think Perplexity was wrong in categorizing that store according to what we liked. It just, the vibe was all wrong.
Okay, yes, and it did come to me what that store was, and it was weird.
One thing that I did like about Perplexity that I don't know that you're getting in every AI tool is that I did double check that these places were still open, and they all were. So it definitely had more up-to-date information than some other places.
Yeah, than like ChatGPT did with us with the restaurants.
Yeah, really old stuff. Some of the stores that we went to and we said they were on par. So what sort of gems did you pick up, R?
Went to a really cool pottery store on Prince Edward Island. I don't know the name of it.
It's Village Pottery.
Village
Been there
Pottery.
a long time, yes.
But this is a pretty little vase. I like it. Do you remember the name of the pewter place?
Amos Pewter?
Okay. I didn't actually even know what pewter was, but it's silver and it's really heavy. I got a cute little turtle. I got a pair of earrings that were in the shape of a nautilus.
Yeah, it had so many options there. Like it would have been really hard not to find something that one likes at that store.
And then I wanted to show one thing that didn't show up on Perplexity.
That showed up as a grocery store as an option. And I told you, I said, I think there's a store across the street. And the photos look really cute, but that those
Yeah.
photos did not do that store justice. That was by far my favorite store. And you're right, Perplexity did not share that one. I wonder, I could do a test and see if it shows up if I narrow the search, but that place was awesome.
Yeah. And I don't know why it was a grocery store because it had more cute stuff. Look at this little succulent holder, just a little pottery thing. So cute.
Yeah, we I think we dropped some money in that store. And Perplexity AI provided a great start. It was much faster than the old way, and in general, it was spot on. I would recommend it as a starting base. Just don't be afraid to get specific and use the additional suggestion. If you want to learn more about how AI can improve your travel experience, go ahead, subscribe, come along with us on this journey. We do not consider ourselves experts when it comes to AI, but we love learning new ways to make travel planning just a little easier.
Put yourself a treasure hunt together.
Mm-hmm. Which is what we used to do before. It was just a lot harder. AI makes it easier.
Mhm. You never can rule out the serendipitous driving down some tiny country road.
What did we find, Rob?
We found sheepy products.
Including shortbread cookies. But the real winner were the lap blankets. Wool lap blankets. This is a reminder that if you see a sign on the road that says this way to some of your favorite products, you turn around and go down that road.